fast forward, you decide to buy this business. Like, where did you find it?
That's another kind of hilarious story. I tried to work through the brokers in the accounting space, and they wouldn't take me seriously, or they wouldn't put me in front of their clients because I'm not a CPA. So as much as I tried to explain, my business acumen and that I could grow a business and that I can replace the owner's billable time, there's a few brokers that control the space, and there's only one that would kind of like be open-minded with me, and the others just wouldn't. So I ended up having to do my own outreach. So I had a list of 500 firms that felt like a fit, and I created my own email marketing campaign, and 500 emails turned into 20 phone calls, turned into 6 letters of intent that I sent. And ultimately, that's how I found the one that I closed on.
Yeah. Well, so it's easy to get the addresses of those. How did you get the emails of those
I
individuals?
hired a virtual assistant that I knew from prior projects that is good at list building like that.
Yeah.
So he has a way of,
You're a digital marketing agency guy anyway, so you know how to do that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And when you started that outreach, how what was the letter like? I mean, it was very simple. We're interested. If you're
Yeah.
buying, we're interested.
So it's short. The subject line said, John, are you ready to retire? Or no, I said, John, are you retiring? And I think that got enough people curious to open the email. And then I said, John, I've been looking for a firm to acquire, and your firm looks like a good potential fit. If you have any interest in selling in the next, year or two, I'd love to chat. Let's set up a call. And then that was it. It was short and sweet.
Yeah.
Um, and
What was the criteria? 500 to $1 million in bookings, or
I don't think he had revenue per se. So he was looking on headcount. So I said, try to find somebody with at least 5 team members. Uh,
and you
in
estimate that to be what revenue?
I mean, you might see like 100K per team member,
Yeah. Okay.
give or take. So I told him the states, the team members, kind of the parameters. And not everything was a perfect fit, but it worked well enough to, you know,
Yeah,
get the.
I have to. The reason I'm bringing this and so questioning because a lot of people get stuck on this part right here where you're talking about. Like, okay, who do I go after, and how do I create a list of these people that I can go after, and how do I outreach to them? Is it email? Is it mail? Do I got to drive by and talk to them? Do I hit them on LinkedIn? What do I do?
Right.
Right? And then they get overwhelmed and don't do anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's part of it is you just have to start somewhere and tinker. And there are some people that write handwritten letters and that works for them. That's pretty time intensive. There's some people that might do in-person stops. I frankly, like, I know some email gets ignored, but it seemed the most time efficient.